Welcome back to the channel, guys and girls, or welcome to the channel if you're new. In this video we're doing some Fortnite OG. This is Season 4 and we were going into solo versus squads. There's not much that actually happens in this. As you can see, we're already torn down to 2 health at this point, and we're just struggling to try and find some heals, so we're heading over to the supply drop, which you can see in the distance. Like I said, there's not much going on. I don't know what happened with the first part of this clip, but there is 58 people remaining. As you can see, we're a little shaken up. We did just find a legendary scar and a big pop, but no med kit, so we're kind of still struggling on the green health here. But a staple of this season would be the golf carts, as you can see here. We almost fell to our death at this point. So as you can see, we have 90 builds, which is 9 pieces. And if we didn't stop here, we wouldn't have made it out. So we're still on the hunt for some green heals. So obviously it's going to be pretty slow here. We did find a campfire down here, but we noticed that there was actually a chug, so we're just going to take the chug. We're going to hide down here to take it. As you can see, the zone is coming in. We got a minute and 20 seconds before we need to be in a new zone. 42 people remaining. So we're finally back up to full health here. Go back up to our SMG, and then we're going to start moving in. So we're over by Greasy. Hopped in a rift to go up to this Viking mountain up here. And we're just looting around, pretty much waiting for everybody else to eliminate themselves so that we can just pop in when there's only 1 or 2 from different teams available. That did not happen in this game. That's just what I was hoping for. We do have a couple spike traps, but I figured since how we're on the edge of zone, nobody was going to actually come up here anyway, so we didn't put any spike traps down up here. So at this point there's 40 seconds remaining before the zone's completely closed in, and we did want to grab this rift to go. But there's a rift on the top of this mountain, so we don't need it to leave. Just trying to organize our inventory before we get out of here. Get 6 shockwaves, which is going to come in handy if we do pop up on some teams. So we know that there's a rift over here. So sorry that this gameplay is a little slow. It was our first game into Season 4, and we didn't even realize that it was going to be solo versus squads until we got into the game. There's 22 people remaining. Still, you haven't seen any action because we edited out the first part where we were taken down to 2 health. Just trying to make sure we have as much ammo as possible and as much builds. Wouldn't let us through the window here, so we did just break it in. So as you can see, the new zone is going to take us further north. We would rather have the pump than attack, so we're going to swap out for that. Now we're going to head right back over to the rift, which is just on the hill over here. You can see a glow in here, so we're going to go for this one too before we get out of here. So we are going to be in a storm for a second just because the rift throws you up So we got top 20 now. There's 17 people remaining. So we can see there's fresh builds on top of this mountain here. We didn't know if there's going to be two teams battling because of all the builds, or if somebody just wiped out a team. We probably should have dropped in here to eliminate some people, because there's probably only a couple stragglers remaining. But we did end up going all the way out to the side here. So there was actually a zip line halfway down that mountain, and I seen somebody sliding down it, so I knew somebody was coming down. And then there's a team over here as well. So we do just station over here in the distance. These guys didn't see us yet, and I was kind of surprised. So we did fire at this guy, and he had no clue what direction we were actually firing from. There's two guys on this box over here. So we did finish, or knock one of them. And then this other guy we were firing at, and he started firing back at us, so we started to build up. So now we know that it's at least 3v1, because these three people are on a team. And you can't really outbuild three people shooting at you, especially with rockets coming from a distance here. So we know there's a team over here as well. That's who's shooting the rockets. So there's three teams here now, because there's somebody above this guy that he's shooting at. Unless this guy is a part of the team to the left, but in a second you'll see that he actually engages with them. So we do end up putting a trap down here just in case somebody wants to sneak in on us. They'll actually fall into our trap. But nobody actually tried pushing. I don't know if that was because we're outside of the new zone. So we did end up start making our way in. I was thinking about pushing the teams over here, but we didn't really want to be in the middle of two separate teams fighting. As we're moving in, we noticed there was a straggler walking in over here. Couldn't tell where he went though. I thought he was just on the side of this hill. And as you can see, he just snuck in this box over here. So we did crack his shield. He has another person over here though. So at this point they're thinking there's a team pushing him. I should have just pushed in. I didn't really think about engaging to knock the person we just cracked. 13 people remaining at this point, still no eliminations. We're just trying to stay alive at this point though. I really did want to go inside this building and put a trap down. I was hoping maybe these guys would come back through the building. So there's 12 people remaining. It's basically 4 teams. But I'm going to be a straggler, so there could be a trio and 3 other squads. So there's a guy close enough to hear me put a trap in there, so he just rocketed it and blew it up. I had no clue whether it was just one person or 2. He sees where we are now. And now he's trying to boogie us, so we did just rift. So the new zone is landing on top of this mountain, so we decided just to head over to the mountain and land on top. So there are a couple people at this shack right here. And now I'm being fired upon. I noticed that there was a supply drop down here. It's going to drop in soon. And I did see that there was a trap here as well. I have no clue why I put the builds on this side instead of just directly in front. But we got our trap. Still floating around 100 builds here. We wanted to go grab the supply drop. Figured we have some bounce pads, we just need some builds to get back up. So now we got a rift. Figured throw down the porta fort, kinda to break the builds over here, but also to get closer to these opponents, because they're all going to start building on the side of this mountain here, and then the new zone shows it's going to be the other side of the mountain and not over here, so we did want to move or change directions. So right now we're being like a snail on the wall, nobody can see us, and we're trying to put our little movements in as much as possible. So there's only 6 people remaining, so it's got to be a team and a duo and me, or a trio, duo, and me. Not quite sure how the teams are going to be set up here. I know they are firing at somebody else at the moment, and I did want to pick up some loot. So right here in Storm, there's some loot. The Storm is a 5-tick at the moment. And it looks like the other team was just eliminated, so I'm the lone straggler here. So it's 4v1. And I was eliminated from behind. That's going to be the end of the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and click subscribe. We don't normally post videos where we get 0 eliminations, but we made it to top 2 in the squads versus solo. Thanks again. Click the box on the left for more videos. Click the box on the right for playlists for this season. Click the icon in the center to subscribe. Stay safe, stay positive, have an amazing day.